deserves some of the credit. Starters minimizing damage. A rock-solid bullpen. Highlight real defense and a rejuvenated offensive attack. Today, they look to make it 5 and leave the Braves feeling low again.
It's a great day for baseball.
Welcome to Natstown. Beautiful day for baseball. The guys are playing well and trying to win the series today. Some of the younger Nats having a great time. Look at all those uniforms in red, white, gold, and blue. Bob Carpenter, Ray Knight, things are going well. The guys are hitting for power. And Ray, I know you like seeing those big guys hit the ball out of the park, and it's not always the big guys either.
No, everybody seems to be getting a good ball to hit, going deep in the count, Bob, and just destroying the baseball. Nothing that we've seen like this as Pudge broke the team out of the slump with a home run to left field against the Astros. Espinosa coming back, hitting one. Morris. And we've got a lot of guys you're going to see swinging the bats well over this last 4 games. 9 home runs and just being distributed up and down the lineup. 2 last night for Adam. And we were able to get Willie's inside the park home run, a rare feat indeed. But the thing that impresses me most is not the home runs, but how many other balls they've hit hard and have been getting the ball in the strike zone more often than they have all season long to drill it.
Here's the Nats, 4-0, outscoring their opponents by 15 runs over the last 4 games. Here's a footnote. Last year, the Nats hit 156 home runs. With their recent surge, they're at 146, and they're now 8th in the National League. And here's the pitching matchup for today. Derek Lowe, September 13th against the Nats. Career-high 12 strikeouts. He was unhittable in a 4-0 shutout. In that game, Yuneski Maya started. Struggled early, got better, 4 runs, 5 hits in 6 innings, hoping to turn the tables today. Here at Nationals Park, a lot of action this week. It's a good homestand now for the Nats. 4-1 with 2 to go against Atlanta. Then the Phillies for 3. And maybe the Braves feel Chipper Jones presenting the lineup card will change their luck. They've lost 4 in a row, including that sweep at the hands of the Phillies, and now losing the first one to the Nats. Atlanta, a half game behind San Diego in the wild card now. And the Braves hitting .259. Martin Prado has been one of the best hitters in the league. Only Ryan Braun of Milwaukee with 59 has more multi-hit games. And Prado is third in the league in hits, fifth in doubles, and he is sixth in runs. Pretty much the same lineup, although Melky Cabrera is in there today. And here's Yuniesky Maya, who made one start against the Braves at Atlanta, pitched the 6 innings, gave up the 4 runs, and Ray, he just needs to get off to some good starts because his middle innings have been fine.
They've been exceptional. He's had to give up multi-run innings in 2 of his 3 starts. The Cuban Missile, as we look at the PNC Bank scouting report, shows you the keys to Yuniesky Maya achieving success today. The Cuban Missile, 48-29 when he was down there at Pinar del Rio Vaqueros in Cuba for the 6 years. Early settlement. He struggled, as you mentioned, Bob, in the early part of the game. He needs to settle down because once he settles down, he's been very difficult, not giving up anything in the innings 3, 4, 5, and 6 in his first start, and only 2 other times giving up multi-runs early. Looking for quality. He's 0-3, no quality starts, hasn't been able to get past the 6th inning, 15-inning pitched. He's given up runs in 5 of those innings, and all of those have been multi-runs.
Defensively, the Nationals, Nyjer Morgan back in there today, and he'll be leading off. Bernardina and Morse around him. Desmond and Kennedy up the middle. Danny Espinosa not in the lineup today. Ryan Zimmerman as well. So Gonzalez across from Dunn, and Wilson Ramos, the catcher. 12-year veteran Mike Everett has the plate. Adrian Johnson, Andy Fletcher, crew chief. Tim McClelland, the plate. Will be a couple of minutes late by first pitch here as Omar Infante digs in, batting .332. Playing more than he ever has in his major league career. Maya's first pitch, right in there, underway at 1:07 Eastern. 86 degrees. It is mostly clear. Just some clouds in the distance, and there's a breaking ball that was hanging. Here comes Nyjer, and he'll get a touch on the ball, which I'm sure he wanted right off the get-go. It'll be Hayward and Prado the next 2.
Well, real quick about what Maya features, Bob. He has a fastball that runs 88-90, slow curveball 12-6, slider and changeup. He's been very effective with his off-speed pitches after he's gotten his rhythm out there.
Going up swinging, Hayward. 0 for his last 8. Braves are 6th in the league in batting average, 5th in runs, 11th in homers. They don't run much. Only the Cubs and Giants have stolen fewer bases than Atlanta. And right now they are in a tailspin that could cost them October. San Diego won last night, so they're a half game back. Bobby Cox looking for number 2,500, huh? Been looking for that all week. That ball just foul tipped. That's a high strike on a fastball. And Maya gets Hayward looking. And that's a hitter that was 0 for 2 against him last time.
Replay, 0-2, right up above the letters, working down to the top of the strike zone. Nice downward movement.
And when he faced Martin Prado in that game, he had him 0 for 3. Prado steps in, hitting .306. I had some Braves insiders tell me after the game last night, Ray, they think some of their everyday position players are gassed. They've had very few days off. The Braves have a big roster of extra guys, but don't use them very often. And it's pretty much the same guys who play every day. And as I mentioned, in Infante's case, more than he's ever played before. And about the same for Martin Prado. Some guys with some weary legs right now.
I think Bobby Cox is right there with Joe Torre as a manager, just plays his 8 best players every day, doesn't give people days off. You know, you just think about all the years that Chipper played 150-plus games. Every once in a while would get a Sunday off day, but he throws those guys out there day in and day out. And
by the way, there will be a ceremony for Bobby Cox before the ball game tomorrow. For those of you who'd like to see it, the game's at 1:35, and the ceremony will start at 1:15. So the Nats are encouraging you to be in your seats at 1:10 tomorrow for a special tribute to Bobby Cox in his last Washington appearance. Desmond throws out Prado. Niger Morgan is back. He leads off with speed to burn. Straight ahead. Tying Chicago and St. Louis in home runs, and Niger Morgan is back. Here's a stat for you. Niger is 14 for 25 against Derek Lowe with a .560 batting average. So Jim Riggleman probably didn't have to think real hard about putting him right back in there at the top of the lineup. Ramos, Gonzalez in there, Adam Kennedy. Derek Lowe was outstanding against the Nats last time, evening his career record against Washington. And the Montreal franchise as well at 7-7. Well, Ray, I guess we can look at it one way. He can't pitch any better than he did that day. And the Nats will probably be a little more alert for his slider this time. Known as a sinker ball pitcher. And he misses with the first one. His breaking ball was untouchable in Atlanta. Niger hitting .258 with an on-base percentage, 60 points higher than that.
Well, he went to Roger McDowell for some help. He said, Roger, I can't get these guys out. Give me some advice. They got together, and he went out there featuring basically the slider. And most of the strikeouts that he racked up that day were on sliders, and the more he threw it, the better it got. And he just never left it. He probably threw 20-25% sinkers and the rest sliders.
And as Ray has mentioned numerous times, when Niger Morgan goes the other way and hits the ball on the ground, he's very effective. Didn't miss a double by much right there. Prado plays him about 12 feet off the bag. Counts 2-2.
3-pitch pitcher, sinker, change up that fades. That was it right there. And then the hard slider.
Niger will extend this leadoff at bat to at least 6 pitches.
And we've begun to do a lot of that, to spoil pitches and get deeper in the count, see more pitches. And I guarantee you, at the end of the game, it translates to getting better balls to hit.
I like the at bat. Well, you know his nostrils have been flaring for the last couple of days, waiting to get out of the gate. I was wondering what his first at bat might be like, and Niger's got himself very much under control right here. Now he'll foul one the other way as Lowe came inside.
Well, he's fouling the changeup out away from the left field. That's telling you that he's looking away, and then on the slider in, he's reacting. So his approach is exactly right. Drive the ball to left field.
Not to mention the 85 saves in the 155 wins. This is his 599th game today, 321st start. That's outside. Now it's a really good at bat. 3-2 to Niger. Bernardina, Desmond, the next two.
You know, we've been looking for this type of at bat, and at times Niger does. He goes up there and has this, you know, see you, take you as deep into the count as I can.
And he'll foul another one.
Beautiful at bat now.
I feel like messing with the pitcher's mind a little bit before he even retires a hitter.
Well,
Eric Lowe, 14-12, making his 32nd start this year.
You can't get a hit on him necessarily, wear him out.
That's fair. Little roller right by the umpire. Now the left fielder's playing right there. Niger doesn't care, and the ball hits Alex Gonzalez. They had a shot to throw him out at second base because Melky Cabrera was playing so shallow near the line, and Gonzalez got smoked by that throw.
They had a legitimate shot as Cabrera charges this ball extremely hard, gets the ball just as Niger is rounding first base, comes in and throws a seed.
Well, not a great throw either.
No, he bounced that thing from about, he only threw that ball 80 feet in the air.
Here's Bernardina with a runner at second, nobody out, and welcome back Niger Morgan.
That was a great.
One of his best at-bats last year or this year. Doing what a leadoff guy should. Now he has to realize this is the first inning. There's no reason in the world to steal third here. And Bernardina was trying to move him up. That looked like Roger was bunting for a hit. Didn't square around that early.
Well, some guys actually bunt better on the move, and I think Roger may be one of those guys. He stays there, and then at the last moment he starts to move. But we'll see.
And Derek Lowe misses down there, 2-1.
And again, early in the game, Bob, as we've said so often of late, I like to play for the big inning and not give yourself up. Right-handed pitcher, left-handed hitter, pull the ball hard to the right side. Maybe you get a base hit and you have runners at first and third, or maybe second and home, first and home. Either way, you drive in a run and give a chance for the big boppers to come up there and put a 2 or 3 spot on the board.
Nationals lead the season series with Atlanta 9-7. In this park, they've beaten the Braves 5 out of 7. 2-2 with the target away. Bernardina gets called out. Really can't let that happen with that runner sitting over there.
Well, he let that happen twice. The exact same thing happened to him in Atlanta. Backdoor sliders. PNC Bank Scouting Report is brought to you by PNC for the Achiever in us all. Half dozen, 6 start against the Nationals. He's 1-3 with a 4.21, having lost his first 3 starts. The last one very good in Atlanta. Ground ball machine, 71.9% of his outs are ground ball outs, second in the National League. Last time out, well, we showed you a little bit of that. 12 strikeouts was his career high, and he stifled the bats of the Nationals with that backdoor slider, just like he threw right there to Bernardina.
Yeah, and Roger has to be able to react to that. 1-0 to Desmond. Ian's hit .332 his last 53 ball games, .280, which was his average when he was called up a year ago. Talked about that on that blog I mentioned yesterday, talking about the September that Zimmerman had in 05, Desmond last year, and Espinosa this year. Guys coming to the big leagues trying to make their mark. Interesting thing about the comparison, Desmond and Espinoza have both hit for a lot more power than Ryan Zimmerman did. Ryan did not hit a home run in September of 05, but he did bat .397 with 10 doubles, so he was driving the ball. Desmond hit 4 homers last September. Espinoza's already hit 6. Morgan still camped at second, and Lowe goes with a fastball inside, 2-2. I'll tell you one thing that Derek Lowe has, Ray, more than I've ever seen him before. He's got hitters leaning out over the plate because of the slider, and now he's buzzing guys inside with the fastball. But the slider appears to be the out pitch. There's another taken third strike. Wow.
Well, it's hard to believe that the guys are still taking those sliders that start inside after seeing so many of them in their last outing. They have to be able to make some kind of game plan coming in here.
Up the middle, it's McLeod, Gonzalez, Infante, and McCann. Cabrera, Hayward, left and right. Prado and Lee, the corners. And it'll take Adam Dunn now with 2 outs.
Going back to Bernardino, one thought that I just had, Bob, that I was taught, if you're in the 2-hole and you have a runner on second base and you're going to bunt and think you're bunting for a base hit, you must get a good ball to hit, correct? To bunt that ball for a base hit. It can't be just a bad pitch.
Dunn pops it up left side, and it is heading over the dugout.
So the theory always has been, if you get a pitch that you can bunt, that's a pitch that you can drive.
Mm-hmm.
So either you bunt, make your mind up to bunt to get the runner over, and bunt a breaking ball or any kind of pitch that you want to bunt. But if you're bunting for a base hit, why not just go up there and get a pitch that you can drive, because the ball generally is a strike that you're bunting for a base hit.
Oh, and that hurts when the guy takes a called third strike on a 2-2 count.
Yeah.
Now it's 1-1 to Dunn. I heard some chants at the ballpark last night, and I couldn't figure out what they were saying until I read about them this morning. When Adam does something, some of our fans are chanting, "Sign Adam Dunn," over and over again. We heard some of that as he stepped in a moment ago. 101 RBIs, 5th in the league on 37 home runs. Good eye. He's seeing the ball well, and that's 3-1.
Well, instead of coming down and in to left-handed hitters like most right-handed slider ball pitchers do, what Derek did in that last outing in Atlanta is what you're seeing him do right now. Throw the ball on the outside part of the plate and just try to cut the edge of that corner out there.
Well, I figured if he threw him a fastball, it wouldn't be over the plate. He has a right-handed hitter in Michael Morse coming up. So from the Braves standpoint, probably a good walk on the part of Derek Lowe. But Michael Morse has taken him deep this year in Atlanta, August 19th.
Well, that's one of those sliders that stayed inside that Michael Morse didn't let pass.
Yeah, that was the getaway day game. Morse gave the Nats a 1-0 lead with 1 out in the top of the second. That was his 9th homer of the year. Behind John Lannon, the Nationals went on to win that game 6-2. First pitch breaking ball. But the Nats are going to make him throw nearly 30 pitches here, thanks to Nyjer Morgan's leadoff at bat and the walk to Dunn. Two sliders, 2 swinging strikes.
Well, he's throwing 80% sliders, which is the same percentage he threw in Atlanta. Just slider after slider after slider.
Wow. That thing really hammered its way down, didn't it?
Yeah, it's not a strike.
Evidently, he's disguising it well. And guys like Lowe are hard to hit on day games. Hard to pick up that rotation Morse hits it off the end of the bat. That's how strong he is. He hit it about 350. But the Nats are gone. Leaving to beautiful day around the Washington Monument and D.C. No score. And of guys who get hits, the percentage that are base hits or extra base hits, look at Jose Bautista with 52 home runs now. Adam Dunn's over 52%. All the sluggers who get doubles and home runs, some are fast enough to get triples. And Adam Dunn on the year, 75 extra base hits, second in the league. He's tied with Carlos Gonzalez of Colorado, 4 behind Albert Pujols. Good first inning for Yuneski Maya. 11 pitches, 9 strikes. Derek Lowe had to throw 29 pitches to get through that bottom of the first. Brian McCann at 274. Back is Morse, turns and grabs it. Brian McCann didn't get enough altitude on that hot shot. 4 in a row for Maya to start the game.
He just got this ball up and out away from him. McCann jumps all over it. As you're right, he hit more of a line drive than a fly ball. He certainly hit it hard enough to get it out of here, but because the ball was a little away from him, he tried to pull that ball and got a little bit of his top hand in it and didn't get the underspin that he would normally get.
Here's Derek Lee, who was 0 for 2 against Maya in that game in Atlanta. So was Brian McCann. And he gets a strike. The count's even, 1-1. Only one other ball game in this league in progress. Everything else later. St. Louis, Chicago, the only game going on. When the smoke cleared in the West last night, the Giants by a half game over the Padres. Colorado's lost 5 in a row now. And the Braves are a half game behind San Diego, wild card now. Derek Lee will pop it up short center. Niger Morgan right there, 2 outs. Levon goes tomorrow for the Nationals against Brandon Beachy, the Atlanta rookie. And then the Phillies come in for 3 starting on Monday. They're all night games. Your matchups, John Lann and Roy Halladay Monday. Jason Marquis, Roy Oswalt Tuesday. Oh boy. Ross Detweiler, Joe Blanton on Wednesday. So the Nats will see 2 of the 3 Phillies aces. I just wonder, Ray, if they've clinched by then, if they might adjust that at all. We'll see. Their magic number is only 2. Phillies could clinch as early as tonight if the Nats beat the Braves. And the Phils again beat the Mets for their 12th in a row.
I don't think they'll have to change their rotation this early.
Would they maybe limit their innings or their pitches just a bit?
Most probably.
Okay. So take your regular turn, but maybe don't pitch as long as usual.
And then when it gets to their last 4 ball games, because you're going to have a couple of days off before you start the playoffs, that gives you 6 days. So if you want Holiday to start the first game, then wherever his last start falls, then they will time it that he pitches, probably give him maybe an extra day off.
Gonzalez, no chance. You talk about serious jammage. Nate McLeod hit that ball so badly, it just died in the grass in front of Gonzalez. And a base hit, the first for the Braves.
Oh, he got jammed. I mean, that is, you can't get in there any more than that. When a guy takes a full cut and hits it in the air 30 feet, and then it dies before it gets to the dirt.
That ball might have gone foul, but Gonzalez was playing it aggressively. The way that thing was dying, it might not have even made it to the line. So here's Gonzalez. Breaking ball up. Alex hitting the same for the Braves as he did for the Blue Jays, 259. A combined 22 homers and 85 RBIs between both leagues this year. Maya to first, no balk called. Thank you. Adam Dunn got the ball stuck in the webbing of his glove. It took him a while to get it out.
Better tighten that thing up, boy.
Yeah, he's looking to the dugout to tell them to go get him a new mitt.
That's catching all those heaters from Desmond and Espinosa.
Now,
ooh, that's a good looking.
If you're a base runner, and Adam Dunn has asked for a new mitt, but they haven't brought it out yet, and McLeod can steal bases, you might be thinking they're not going to throw it over here again. He might have the ball go through his glove.
Just off the outside corner. What a beautiful break on that ball. Tight, sharp.
Front door breaking ball for a strike.
And he's thrown 3 curveballs in a row. 72, 82, 77. He threw a slider at 85. His fastball was at 91. That's why he has a chance to be effective. 4 pitches that have quite a bit of separation between them. And then the curveball, he's thrown 3 different speeds. So I see why everyone was high on this kid, because he has a truckload of pitches. I mean, just the 3 curveballs, 3 different speeds. That's like 3 different pitches.
Outside 3-1. All right, Ray, let me ask you. If you're watching a guy like this against hitters in Cuba, what is the equivalent here of those hitters? AA, AAA, ordinary major league type guys?
You probably have maybe 10% of the hitters in Cuba, or a small percentage that are major league type hitters. But they're going by his ability to throw the ball around the plate, varying his speeds.
McLeod was running, but it's ball 4.
And, they always look at stuff. These scouts are amazing. They don't necessarily measure him by the hitters. They measure him by what he reads on the gun to see what his velocity is, and then the break of his breaking pitches and the deception of his breaking pitches, because they see so many pitchers over the course of their lifetimes and a particular season that they know what it takes to be equivalent to a major league pitcher as far as being able to throw strikes and have command of your stuff.
Here's Melky Cabrera hitting 255. Adam Dunn has another glove in the dugout ready. He waved it off for now, and he's playing behind the runner, Gonzalez, who is the trail runner, because with 2 outs, you want to be able to knock a ball down if it's hit down your way and not catchable. Outside, 2-0. Now the pitcher is on deck.
Well, Bob, you're talking about this. Adam could go ahead and back up right there on that grass. He's deep, but he could go on and back up on the grass because the pitcher's got first base responsibility. He even walks in, so he's about 6-7 feet shallower than he needs to be.
And we saw the ball that Jason Hayward hit last night that Adam did not knock down.
And with the fact that you've got to play at any base but home, the other infielders can go somewhere else with the ball. They don't necessarily have to go to first. I think what Adam feels is that he gets so far away from the bag that he's going to mess up what the infielders see with him scurrying to the bag, but he has plenty of time, and that's something he's going to have to learn because he won't play all the way back where you're in basically the knockdown mode.
Melky Cabrera not adjusting well to the National League here. Target in, 2-2. Maya should get him on a pop-up. Some sun out there for Adam Kennedy to deal with. And that's it. 2 stranded, no score. Kennedy leads off, bottom of the second.
September 13th, 12 strikeouts, but look how he stays to the outside part of the plate. The third base side of the plate with a slider. That's 4 straight times there he's gone there. There's 5 sliders on the third base side. There's 6 sliders on the third base side. Then there's 1 going away. Then he starts throwing his fastball on the third base side. So he used that inside part of the plate to right-handers, the outside part of the plate to left-handers, and wore this team out. Only 2 slider strikeouts away. Most of the other slider strikeouts on the inside part of the plate.
Nats had a great chance to score when Morgan led off the game with a double. Never left second base. Leadoff man, second inning, Adam Kennedy hitting .253.
A lot of the hitters were thinking that the umpire was very much in favor of the Braves that day. Certainly thought he had a wide strike zone to that side of the plate, but as we were seeing on our pitch track, the balls were strikes.
Dan Isanya was the umpire that night. 9-year veteran. Yeah, we thought he called the game fine. Here's Wilson Ramos playing in his 11th game as a National. In 10 ball games, 9 hits, a homer, 3 RBIs, hitting .257. And as I think back on the 2 innings of this game and previous games in which he's played, Ray and I have had a number of conversations on the fact that when he catches, you never notice him. Very quiet, very efficient behind the plate. Young catcher comes to the big leagues. He has to figure out a couple of things. How to hit major league pitching and how to handle his own major league pitchers. All right, we'll see if Lowe's trying to set up that slider by throwing the 0-2 fastball way inside.
And, Bob, that's why you revel at young catchers that can hit, because it takes so much time and energy away from them trying to work the staff. That's their primary objective.
Ramos pulls that outside slider. Prado with a couple of crow hops and 2 outs. Alberto Gonzalez coming up in place of Ryan Zimmerman. Here's Debbie.
Well, there's no improvement to report today with Ryan Zimmerman. Jim Riggleman told me he did not swing in the cages as planned because he hasn't felt any better. Now, Ryan will try again tomorrow. The team is being very cautious with Ryan. Jim Riggleman saying that he could be fine, but he doesn't want to risk putting him in there and having him re-injure the ribs and then have him go into the off-season like that. And so this is truly a case of day-to-day. We could see him back in action, but Jim said, too, there's a chance he may be done for the season.
Well, we don't want that to happen. I know Ryan doesn't want to back into hitting over 300, but not his fault that he's hurt, and you can't put him out there. This is not a pennant race for the Nationals. In fact, Riggleman said yesterday that he found out Zimmerman had sort of played through that for a couple of days before the discomfort just became too much. So the Nats have a very capable defensive third baseman in Gonzalez.
Well, it's an injury that feels like it's way down deep. Burns, and when you go to swing or any sudden movement with the bat, or even when you move laterally, playing defense, it has a tendency to grab you almost like a cramp. And, I mean, it's not a small, insignificant thing. It's not considered a bad injury. It's just one of those things that hurts, boy.
And he's really got some right-handed batters bailing and wailing here. Trying to reach that outside breaking ball after he buzzes them off the plate inside with number 1 pitches, fastballs. And Gonzalez able to stay alive there. Maya, the pitcher, on deck. And Gonzalez reaching. That ball's going to stay fair. So the Nats are even on the one McLouth got in the top of the inning, and Washington has its second base hit, and it's very important to get the pitcher up there. So at the worst, Nyjer Morgan leads off the third. Hey, when you don't play every day, this is a line drive in the box score right there.
Yeah, it is, and with that sinker sinking late about 6 inches, he'll take that. It's hard to square up that sinker.
Alberto's 42nd hit of the year. Ineski Maya as a hitter, 1 for 4 with a sacrifice.
Well, getting back to Zim, that thing is not going to feel any better. You know, I'm certainly not a doctor, but I've had that injury, and it just doesn't get better in 3 or 4 or 5 days. Because as soon as it does feel good when you're breathing or getting up in the morning or rolling over out of bed, as soon as you pick up a bat and swing it, it's going to be right back there. And the only way, and I mentioned last night, the only way that if he wants to play is to take a shot in it. And I'll tell you, it goes away for about a week, and then it'll come back. And you certainly don't want to get in a deal where you're taking 2 or 3 shots here at the back end of the season.
Maya strikes out low with 3 Ks. Beautiful day on the water here in Southeast. Your own great moment starts at Hager.com. That's a big man swinging that bat. Top of the third coming up. Low to lead off. No score. Tomorrow's our final Sunday game. So get your family fun pack. Come and join us for the last home game. That's a day game. A seat, hot dog, chips, and a soda starting at just $14. Visit Nationals.com to purchase your family fun pack tickets. Well, we had some amazing weather this September. Still feels like August out here. Nationals at home, by the way, trying to win their 40th game of the year. Let's see how they did at home last year. You know, obviously, you had to win 41 to split even. Last year at home, the Nats only went 33-48. 26 wins on the road. This year, 39 wins here, 27 on the road. Derek Lowe, 7 hits this year, 3 RBIs. He's a 114 career hitter. Two and one. After this, the Braves go home and play the Marlins Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, off day Thursday, and then the Phillies next weekend. Starting to look like meaningless games for Philadelphia, but not for Atlanta, if they're still battling for the wild card. So tomorrow night after the ball game, Bobby Cox, unless they make the playoffs, will be taking his final charter flight home with his beloved Braves. Nats will honor him here tomorrow. Derek Lowe hits it well, and that is unreachable for Roger Bernardino. Evidently lots of Atlanta fans here. A big cheer went up when he hit that double, and that's how the third inning gets underway. He's always been a good athlete.
Well, he tries to go away with the ball and gets it in the middle of the plate. And he gets out in front, hits it a little bit on the end, but pulls it in the left field corner. Bob, you're talking about the games being meaningless. They can't be meaningless because they're playing for home field advantage. So team with the best record.
Although the Phillies are 6 games ahead of the team with this next best record. So, you know, by the weekend it could be, maybe not. Phillies have 93 now. San Fran 87, Cincinnati 86. And I was wondering, Ray, if they might be bunting here. But Infante went up hacking. Bunting with a pitcher running is always an interesting scenario. In many cases, it's easier to get the guy going to third than it is the one to first.
Yet it's still early. And Bobby has never been a guy to play for one run early in the ball game on the road. So he's playing for the big inning.
He did show bunt and pulled the bat back, and the count's 1-1.
I wonder how many times that's on their own. These guys know how to play, and he'll never not allow you to bunt if it's to get the runner to third with nobody out. But great point, Bob. Derek does not run well. Infield choking him off at third and first, and second base playing very shallow also, Kennedy.
He's swinging out of play. Just a footnote on Bobby Cox. When they played at home recently and departed on their final road trip, that was right after the Nats beat them, the Braves showed up at the airport and their charter airline had Bobby Cox's number on the side of the plane.
I saw that.
That was very special to him. And I think if you folks know Atlanta, you know what airline I'm talking about. But they paid tribute by putting his number right on either side of the plane, and he was very touched by that. And all the employees that work at the airport, not all of them, can't shut down the airport, one of the world's busiest, but a lot of the folks who work in the charter and cargo areas came out and stood on the tarmac and applauded Bobby Cox as he went up the stairway, and he was very, very touched.
Before Bobby got there, along with Stan Kasten and John Sherholtz, Atlanta was known as Losersville, USA. Falcons hadn't won. The Hawks hadn't won. Braves certainly hadn't won.
That's a hot shot. Enables Gonzalez to look the runner back and fire over to Adam Dunn. Every time a starter goes out here in September, he is fighting for his future. The present rotation, and Levon goes tomorrow, with the number of career starts is on the left and the potential guys, Ray, on the right.
Yeah, and I read in the notes we have used 13 starting pitchers this year, far and away the most in all of baseball. A lot of young players on the right side, and only one elderly statesman, and Hernandez on the left.
And, of course, Steven Strasburg will be on that list for 2012. I just wonder if a year from now, if he'll be back throwing a couple of innings. We'll see. Here's Hayward, called on strikes, first time. Little tapper foul. And the count's 0-2.
Uneski has now thrown the ball 9 different speeds. A little bit Levo-like.
Where do you think he got it? Obviously, he did things before he ever met Levon Hernandez.
Must come in the DNA down there. El Duque was the same way. Now, Aroldis, I don't think Aroldis Chapman has any of that soft stuff in him yet.
They said he set an all-time record last night, and Desmond loses the ball in the sun. If you look at the shadows, that ball was right between the sun and Ian Desmond, and he had no idea where it was.
And he's got those doggone
You
glasses.
hate those glasses?
I hate them. I hate them. It's not a part of this ball game. Somebody has to get back out there and get these guys to use those glasses. They're not comfortable. They sit on the top of your hat, underneath the top of your hat. All you do is flip them down, you know, and so few people demanded them. Only one company makes them, but, you know, this play, well, I know how that sun is out there, and it's impossible. You turn sideways, which he did. You put your glove up, which he did. But you look at the sun right in those sunglasses, they're just not strong enough to combat that.
All right.
But there are glasses that are.
I know, the flip downs. Here's Prado, 2 on, 1 out. That can cost you a ball game. So Ray Knight and Bob Carpenter initiate the Get Designer Sunglasses Out of Baseball campaign.
Or maybe you and I should go in, design some really nice ones, and put them on the market with some Coke bottle-looking glasses in there.
Yeah, the worse you look, the better they are. That'll be our slogan.
It isn't how you look out there, it's how you play.
That's right.
What the end result is. I always thought it was cool. You had this little ear-tight flap that stuck out underneath your cap. You just hit the top of your cap and they
flip right down.
Flip right down.
They are a little bulky, though. They are heavier,
but not much now. No. I mean, they're not much. I mean, gosh, you get used to it. It's just, it was. Listen, I wasn't going out there without them. I'd rather go out there without my glove than those sunglasses.
Yeah. The youth.
Well, a couple of companies.
My favorite is when a guy loses a ball in the sun and his sunglasses are sitting up on top of the bill of his cap and he's not even wearing them.
And sometimes turned backwards.
Yeah. 1 ball, 1 strike to Prado. So the Nats have that happen right in front of one of the best hitters in baseball this year. Not a swing, says Adrian Johnson. And the count goes to 2-1.
Well, he throws the fastball hard inside and he gets it in there just off the plate.
Good pitch.
Very good pitch. Almost got him to go. I think he held up. First base umpire said he did. He's the only one that counts.
And I like the pitch selection, not necessarily, saying it was a called strike. But that's the effective pitch we want our guys to throw. And there have been times this year when the Nationals will not throw inside. 2-2 now.
Prado's hitting .306, 15 home runs. And over half of his hits have gone to the right of center field. So he's a guy with 2 strikes. He's looking to hit the ball the other way, reacting inside, just trying to get a little piece of that ball.
2-2. 2 on, 1 out. And a pop fly. Now Adam Dunn is not looking into the sun. It's off to the side for him. That's interesting. The umpire signaled infield fly rule on a foul ball. 2 outs.
What he says is infield fly if fair.
Okay. This portion of our ball game brought to you by Bank of America. Big out. And we'll see now if he can get another one on Brian McCann, who hit the daylights out of the ball first time up on a line drive, caught by Michael Morse right in front of the track. Right in there from Maya.
Adam finally backing all the way up to a absolute knock the ball down position. Desi 2 steps on the grass. Kennedy on the grass. So all you're doing here, infielders, are trying to knock the ball down, keep it in infield.
Oh, look at Gonzalez. Nobody covering second, and Dunn deflects it over by the dugout. Here comes another runner. They've got him. Not a good base running play by Jason Hayward. Derek Lowe scores on the play. Nobody covered second base for Gonzalez. The Nats were in that unusual shift offense. He had to throw to his knees from first, and then a good retrieval by Maya to get the assist.
He really shouldn't have made, but Ian just kind of looking at that play as opposed to participating.
And Yuneski Maya, the man who picked up the loose ball and threw in plenty of time home to get Jason Hayward, who was out by 10 to 15 feet. So it's an unearned run for the Braves. If you're scoring, that's an E5. The put out at home 1-2, and the Atlanta run unearned. Braves take the lead. The Nats have made the most errors in Major League Baseball again. 2 last night, another one today, and 123 on the year. Nyjer Morgan leads off the third. But Ray, the reason the Nats are in that position, they're on the shift for McCann, like teams are for Adam Dunn. And everybody's responsibilities are a little bit different when you're in that configuration.
That is true, Bob, but the shortstop responsibility is second base. Absolute. So there's no excuse for that.
Morgan doubled first time up. And by the way, Nyjer Morgan now is 15 for 26 career against Derek Lowe, 577 batting average. Every pitcher has his pest. This will be easy for the left fielder Cabrera. He's battling the sun. And the fielders will have issues all afternoon as long as the clouds stay away. Nationals Park, 2 o'clock hour. Game 2 of this weekend series against the Braves. The Nats won it last night, 8-3. Bob Carpenter, Ray Knight, Debbie Taylor, Masson, HD. It's game number 155. 7 more after today. Roger Bernardina trying to bounce back from a poor at bat first time. Morgan was on second, nobody out in the first, and he took a called third strike on a backdoor breaking ball. And the pitcher just throws it into the dugout, doesn't like the ball. Guess you don't have to throw it to the umpire anymore.
That's a new one to me, too.
I think the umpire ought to call it low and inside if you throw it into the first base dugout.
Oh, that's good.
I know one time toward the end of his career, Harry Carey said, here's the pitch, low and outside. It was a throw to first. Now that's outside to a right-handed batter. That's a sizzling fastball right in there. And he gets that call. Swinging that fastball back to the inside corner. Now remember, with this count, first time up, he went backdoor on Bernardino with a breaking ball. And you saw that September record. How about this guy? In his career, 49 starts in September, 25-11, and an ERA of 3.39. That does not include his relief appearances. That's just as a starter. And Bernardino with a good at bat this time. Nationals have 1 hit in each inning so far. He's aboard for Ian Desmond, who has taken the Braves deep 4 times, and Derek Lowe a couple of times.
Well, Derek tried to throw the fastball away, and he took it to right center over the scoreboard.
Nationals won that game 5-3. Ian Desmond was hitting 7th that night. That was a 9-pitch at bat when he hit that home run, and he doubled later. He has really been a problem for the Braves this year. Desmond at that time was hitting .252, so here he is, almost 30 points higher. Nearly 2 months later. He's had a really good second half. Coming into this game, Ian had hit .332 in his last 53 games. So over nearly a third of a season, batting .330 plus.
Very elongated, slow move to the plate by Derek Lowe. So you can work a lead over there, and he is a guy that you can definitely run on.
And Bernardino has a great percentage rate, 16 out of 18. He's holding. Desmond takes the breaking ball, and that's a hard one to take, but it is outside, 2-0.
Pretty good numbers.
Nats down by a run here in the third. That's ball 3. You know who's on deck. So Desmond taking a pitch or two here. A lot of room on the right side to hit through, as Infante cheats up the middle for the double play. Derek Lowe throws a lot of ground ball outs. Just 2 so far today. But there's about 85 feet of room between the two fielders. Rogers running. Desmond hits it pretty far to center, but catchable from McLeod. And Bernardina back for the second out. Here comes Adam Dunn, who was huge last night. 3 hits, 5 RBIs.
First inning home run, fastball away from Hudson. Hits it out there. I heard it today, Bob. 457 feet, they called it.
Wow.
Then that's over the bullpen, and then big base hit. Driving in 2 runs in the 6th, giving him 5 for the evening.
Well, we were guessing 450. He hit it way up that hill. Target away. Derek Lowe straight change, mid-80s. And with Bernardina standing on the bag, I'll throw over. Big shift on here. Two and one. Adam Dunn pulls it. It's by Derek Lee, who will then go back and cover. You sure see interesting plays with the defensive shift set up. Nats have stranded 4, trail 1-0 into the 4th. Third. Visit AFCEA.org, the Association for IT Pros. Here's Debbie with our AFCEA sideline report.
Well, Jim Riggleman said that he likes what he's seen out of Yuneski Maya in each of his starts, and he's making progress, which is encouraging.
He really, I feel, got a little better each time with establishing his breaking ball a little earlier in the game, pitching in, trying to hit his spots. Not giving in to hitters, pitch through the at-bats. Regardless of what the count was, he kept pitching instead of conceding to the count and putting something out there that was a little more hittable.
Jim said, too, that today is a good test for Yuneski. He's facing a very motivated Braves team. So far, Jim really likes the competitiveness he's shown out there. Bob, right?
Well, Debbie, it's not like he's facing last division ball clubs here. His last outing was at Philadelphia. Brian Schneider hit that double out to left center to drive in 2 runs. And when he gave up an RBI hit to Jason Worth in the 5th, he was gone after 4 2/3. But he is pitching against quality ball clubs who are fighting to get into the playoffs. You find out a lot about a guy, Ray, in this situation, don't you?
You do, Bob. And with all that he's been through, you know that he has overcome so much just to be here, pitching in the big leagues. Lifelong dream, having to flee his country, his family. So you know he's tough mentally.
3-1. Derek Lee flied to center first time. And he just missed up and in. Maya's second walk of the game. That'll bring in Nate McLouth. Over the years, the Nats have had good success against the Braves. Of ball clubs they've played more than 21 times in the last 3 years, they have their best winning percentage, .558, against Atlanta. And more of the same this year. Nats have been a thorn in the side of Atlanta for the last couple of years. .29 out of 54. Well hit, line drive, the throw, that's a double play. Derek Lee never even made it back to the bag. You could have had some skid mark sound effects on that one. He put the brakes on. And with that, I'm done. Between him and the bag, never got back.
Not a whole lot.
Some interesting double plays this week, haven't they?
Not a whole lot you can do on this. You react one step, and that's too many. 2 steps, too many. Great quick release by Kennedy. And everybody in the Nats dugout saying, sit down.
Adam didn't have to tag him. Bases wiped empty with 2 outs. Alex Gonzalez will pop it up. And if this one gets caught in the sun, Maya will have a quick inning. How about that? His best outing so far. Morse, Kennedy, and Ramos coming up. Now, how about the man from Cuba? Is this the best you've seen Maya so far?
Yeah, it's the best I've seen him from start to the 4th inning. He's been very good in between after he's settled down, but he's thrown 9 different speeds. He's throwing his slider very well, really locating his fastball. And, except for not having sunglasses and misplay from the third baseman, he would be pitching a shutout right now. But Nationals going to have to score runs to win anyway. 1 run shouldn't be too much, but Derek Lowe looks like he's on his game again.
Bottom of the fourth, Morse, Kennedy, Ramos for the Nats. Fastball right in there. Michael hit the ball to center first time. Derek Lowe got ahead of him, had him reaching. Lowe 64 pitches in his first 3 innings. Yuniesky Maya 64 in his first 4.
Derek Lowe never has been on the disabled list in his entire career.
Man, that is some deceptive hook he's got going. That's now 16 Nats he has struck out in the last 2 ball games. Really a game and a half.
Well, you have to make an adjustment somewhere. If you're not going to make it on the slider away, then you can't swing at it. If you want to hit the fastball in, you give the whole outside part of the plate away to the pitcher, and you just don't swing at it. If you're going to try to hit the slider, you move up on the plate.
Which nobody does anymore.
Yeah, and I'm talking about toward the plate, closer to the plate. Make him throw the fastball in. When he does throw the slider away, it'll be in the middle of the batter's box for the left-hander, so you won't swing at it. But you can't just stay in the same spot all day long.
Adam Kennedy, a ground ball to Derek Lee. 2 quick outs. Wilson Ramos now.
First pitch to Ramos' last at bat was a slider away that he swung at. So move up on the plate and make that ball that's a slider on the outside corner right in the middle of the plate. There's a sinker, a bat away. But at least you take away 1 pitch. Once you move on top of the plate, it's very difficult for a right-handed sinker baller to get that ball on that corner. He has a tendency to throw the ball inside because he feels like there's no room in there for him to throw. And then look for the breaking ball and hit it right back up the middle. You don't look for it and try to pull it. Then if he hangs it inside, you can react and hit a blast. But you can't just stay the same way when he's this sharp. There you go again.
Oh, and that's a 2-0 pitch, too. That can really turn around at a bat.
That just tells me he may be looking for slider, but he's swinging at spin. He's not looking for a location. He's just swinging at spin. I mean, that is just a terrible example of getting a ball in an area to hit when you're ahead of the count. There it is again. You've got to forget about the slider. Spit on it. Say, I'm not going to swing at it.
He's not throwing it for strikes.
No, he hasn't. And he didn't do it the other day he did, but it was on the inside corner.
2-2 now. And Ramos gets him right up the middle.
There you go. There's a fastball. If you don't swing at any of those sliders, you'll get the fastball, and it's much more hittable than the slider.
Evidently. And the Nats have their 4th consecutive inning with 1 hit.
I mean, his mistake is that he's thinking, oh, he's going to look for the slider. Well, heck, from what I'm seeing, he can't touch that slider. So now a pitcher makes a mistake trying to be too smart.
Here's Alberto Gonzalez, who dribbled a base hit about 50 feet down the third baseline his first time.
But Ramos has an ability to make contact. He's not some big old kid up there that just doesn't make contact. He had 2 bad swings, battled, got a base hit. And that's something for a young kid.
Well, he's 10 for 37 to begin his Nationals career, 270, getting his share of hits. Gonzalez gets a ball to pull, and that's a base hit.
Another fastball.
That'll bring up Maya with 2 outs. Yuniesky Maya, by the way, does have his only major league hit against Derek Lowe.
Fastball, middle of the plate, working down and in, hits it hard on the ground, gets enough overspin because of the sink, and makes makes you hit on top of the ball. So you make him go to another pitch. He's just another ordinary pitcher. Although he's won 15 games average over the last 8 years. See that slider? It's amazing to me that they cannot get it out of their mind. I mean, you see the rotation. You're going to see the rotation and know it's a slider.
I'll give him credit. In a game and a half against the Nets, he hasn't hung one yet. Everything.
You can't swing at it, buddy. I'm just saying right now.
I mean, he hasn't left any.
No, he hasn't. He hasn't. He's been brilliant with it.
I mean, they say the more you throw, the more you'll hang. He hasn't done it yet. Maya with a comebacker, and the fourth inning will be over. The Nets have 5 hits. They've stranded 6 runners. Refreshing fountain and the World War II monument on a hot day in Washington, D.C. Storin, Lannon, a whole bunch of them, and the veterans like Levon Hernandez. It's a special season ticket offer. Place a deposit down on 2 new season tickets for 2011. You get 2 absolutely free. Go to nationals.com/2011 for all your season ticket information. We understand they are selling well, and we look forward to seeing you at the ballpark next year. Here's our game summary. Yuneski Maya, 64 pitches, 42 strikes, and he's thrown first pitch strikes to 11 of 16 hitters so far. Not a whole lot of offense. Niger has the only extra base hit.
And a cheap run after Derek Lowe doubles to lead off the inning. Here's a great play by Gonzalez, but for some reason Desmond makes a little circle, throws the ball away. Gonzalez, they end up scoring a run. Hayward tries to score, but Yuneski guns him out. But that also came in there where Desmond was not able to corral a pop-up because of the sun.
And then on that play, Jason Hayward tried to score all the way from first base. Maya picked up the ball by the Nationals dugout and gunned him out at the plate. So that unearned run is the difference. Cabrera, Lowe, and Infante for the Braves in the top of the 5th.
A lot of fly ball outs. That has a tendency to happen when guys are waiting on the ball on off-speed pitches. You get a lot of ground balls when guys are out in front of the ball and roll over that top hand, as I've mentioned so many times, on the sinker.
Melky Cabrera popped up to Kennedy first time up. And Maya now 12 first pitch strikes out of 17 hitters.
Well, he has plenty of fastball. He's got a 91-mile-an-hour fastball. He's hit 92 once today. There's that curveball at 70 to 77. He throws it. That was 73. Look at the break on this curveball. I mean, it's almost like it goes up and then comes down with a great rotation. Boom. That's a lot of break.
That's a hammer. Then he makes one 2-hittable. 87 Inner half and a base hit by Cabrera. That hurts because now Derek Lowe can bunt.
Well, it's 0-2. 87 inner half. Yeah, I mean, that ball's on the plate. Way too much of the plate. And when you get 0-2, you got at least 2 pitches to waste. Neither one of them should be on the plate. They can be just off the plate. But that, in 86, I guess he tried to sink it in there.
And Lowe with a very good bunt. Maya will tag him. That's Derek Lowe with his 57th career sacrifice. Top of the order now. Braves have 2 shots with contact man Omar Infante and then the power guy Jason Hayward. Infante 0 for 2 today. Fly ball to center, ground ball to third. And a good first pitch breaking ball had him backing out.
That's more of a slider. 81. Little more tilt as opposed to the rainbow type look. I really like his stuff. I've really liked it after the first inning of the first game he pitched.
Got inside on the right-handed batter. Easy fly ball. Bernardina. 2 outs. AT&T. That's AT&T with trivia. Who holds the MLB all-time record for consecutive seasons with 37 or more home runs?
Well, I think I know that.
Interesting number.
I think I know that right off the bat. Wouldn't it be him? Because he was tied with Babe Ruth last year for the most with 40. With 5 seasons at 40, I thought. I'm going to say Adam Dunn just because I want to.
A-Rod hasn't had...
I don't think he's had...
That many seasons with 40?
37.
Wow. They wouldn't give us that question and then show us the answer on camera, would they?
No, they can trick us in a lot of ways, buddy.
Messing with our minds again.
We know that Adam hit 37 last night, so they're tricking me, but I'm going to fall for it.
The 2 years last year, Adam had 38. Year before, 40. 32 the year before that. 40, 40, 46. It could be him. But that 132 is bugging me a little.
Check that again. Didn't he hit 32 for one team?
Oh, wait a minute. That was Arizona. He had 8. Right. So that is the combined 40 season.
Thank you very much.
40 before that. 40, 40, 46. So his 40 home run thing, or at least 37, goes back to 04.
7 years.
Of course, Henry Aaron never hit 50.
And I think he only hit 43 times. And Barry Bonds did not really hit 30 home runs until about his 6th season. And then he ran it all the way up to 73.
I'm just, for the fun of it, I'll take
A-Rod.
Mr. Aaron. I'm going to take Mr. Aaron.
Oh, really? 37.
He hit 755 for
but he played 24 years.
Yeah, that's only an average of 31 and a half a year. Gonzalez chasing. This is a foul ball. And Alberto gave it a great effort. Bernardina couldn't get there. That kid has as much range as anybody. And Jason Hayward still alive.
Usually the shortstop has a better angle, but Desmond playing up the middle. Great effort all the way. That's something. These boys play hard.
And he was maybe a glove length short.
He went a long way, too. He's 35 feet off the line. Desmond right behind the bag at second.
1 ball and 2 strikes to Hayward, who's driven in 71 runs.
We've got 2 pitches to make, 1 good pitch here.
Tries to blast him inside with a fastball, just missed.
Gosh, that was a great spot. Man, this guy has some kind of eye. I mean, that's like Ken Griffey Jr., his eye. You take a pitch right in there.
Maybe if it's not a rookie pitcher, he gets that call. Rookie hitter, rookie pitcher.
A lot of trust in your vision right there.
Then he slows his bat down with an off-speed pitch. Popped up to Michael Morse. And the Braves are gone in the 5th inning. Quite a battle here. Top of the order for the Nats. It's 1-0 Atlanta. Up the series on Masson HD. Levon Hernandez will face this young man. Brandon Beachy made his major league debut in Philadelphia last week and pitched pretty well against Chase Utley, Ryan Howard, and all those sluggers. Now Levon's coming off a loss. He's 10-12. He'll make his 32nd start of the year. Looking for number 167 with that tantalizing stuff of his. Coverage begins at 1 p.m. Nats Extra tomorrow. We will have a ceremony in the ballpark at 1:15 honoring Bobby Cox. And there's your matchup tomorrow. A rookie and a very experienced veteran. Derek Lowe out for his 5th inning of work. 80 pitches, though, Ray. High pitch count, 51 strikes, as he averages 20 pitches per inning. Niger's 1 for 2 with a double. He's hit the ball the other way twice. So he's had the right approach against this right-hander. Not much to do with that pitch. That right almost, under his hands.
It almost hit him. It almost hit his back leg.
So after Morgan went the other way twice, Derek Lowe pounds him inside for a couple of strikes.
Going back in there.
And he misses, huh?
Yep.
3-2 when you're down by 1. Leadoff guy on. Walks as good as a hit. He's only walked one batter, Adam Dunn, who he was pitching around back in the 1st inning. 4 strikeouts, 5 Nationals hits. And Morgan just got enough of it. Derek Lowe pitched 8 shutout innings in that game at Atlanta. So he has at least a 12-inning shutout streak going against the Nats. His game before that, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 4 runs. And got the last inning of that day scoreless. So he's working on 13 innings in a row against the Nats without giving up a run. Hey, guess what? There's one more T-shirt Tuesday. Nationals Phillies, first 10,000 fans here Tuesday night receive a Ryan Zimmerman Mr. Walk-Off long sleeve shirt. Keep you warm during the autumn and the winter. Nationals.com/tickets or 888-632-NETS. Always a really popular item, the long sleeve T-shirts late in the season. Roger Bernardina strikeout in the first, base hit in the third. Well, this is the time of the game when teams usually start handling Derek Lowe after getting good looks at him. I would imagine those numbers are lower since he went to the slider, starting with that outing against the Nats just a couple of starts ago.
Oh, I don't think there's any question about that. I haven't seen anybody hit a slider hard yet. They keep swinging at it.
2-2 now. Well, how many times today has he gone 2-0 and then battled back to get the count even?
So that's a ball. You know, my contention with young hitters, and I'm going to say it till I'm blue in the face, is how do you swing at a bad ball like that when you're heading the count? It's a lack of concentration. I don't think it's a lack of preparation. You can go in there and put balls on that tee all day long, right where your bat barrel goes to the ball in your natural swing.
And a bouncing ball right side. Derek Lee plays over there as well as anybody in baseball. 2 outs. He's gone to 5 full counts today. Bernardina every time. Morgan a couple of times.
Derek, Gold Glove winner, surrounds that thing. Big 6'5". Derek Lowe getting over. He's done that a few times in his career, going first up the line and then squaring off to the base. So he's looking directly at the fielder.
Just amazing to me how this game was designed so long ago.
It really is.
That a guy that runs 2/3 of the way the runner does always seems to beat him by 1 step.
Yeah,
the geometry of this game is amazing when you think about it, and how long ago it was developed. I mean, we're talking 160 years of baseball.
I mean, really perfect dimensions. The only thing really has been changed is the height of the mound. After that, 68 season.
Yeah, when a 2.5 ERA was considered high. And Desmond 0 for 2.
And Bob Gibson threw, a 1.12 at the league.
28 complete games that year. I think 13 of them were shutouts.
Well, Derek's in such a great rhythm. He's just getting the ball, pitching it.
He's ready.
2 pitches, sinker, slider. Here's the slider again.
Desmond spits on it. 2-2.
And he's not pitching any differently than he did the game in Atlanta. And you would think the ball club would make adjustments throughout the lineup.
Well, it's like I told you before the game. He can't pitch any better than he did that night. But he kind of is. I mean, it's the same result, no runs. If he gets this out here, over 3 starts, it'll be 14 consecutive scoreless innings against the Nats.
Yeah, he's not striking out as many people as he did that night. He has 4 up to now, 12 on that particular night. And his pitch count is a little higher as the team's getting... Shoot, that night it was 0-2, strike 3, see you later.
Desmond goes the other way and chops it. And Derek Lee muffs it. That will be his first error as an Atlanta Brave. And only his 7th all year. This guy plays flawless first base. I don't know if that ball had so much overspin it just fooled him.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. We're going to see. He just didn't get down to it. Tried to come and catch it on the short hop and never got there. Ball just goes right under the wicket.
I have never seen him do that.
No, see, he starts to try to come and catch that long hop on the short hop and couldn't get there.
A big break, and here's Adam Dunn. And Desmond cannot get picked off here. You're not even thinking about running. Adam Dunn hammers one to center, and Nate McLouth drops the ball. Over to third is Desmond with 2 outs. That ball might have been knuckling on him. Adam Dunn hit it so low and so hard.
It doesn't matter.
Got to catch that ball.
That ball's knee high. This is a center fielder. He should be the best guy on your ball club. And I'm sure that ball was knuckling, but he gets there and tries to catch it with his glove facing down. That's what happens sometimes with a waist high. But he just flat out missed it.
Oh, Mike.
So the Nationals get 2 gifts from the Braves. Now trying to see if they can cash them in with Michael Morse. All right, here's our trivia.
And you said the hammer.
Yeah, I don't like my chances. Consecutive seasons, 37 plus. You would think A-Rod.
Rafael Palmeira, he shows up too much on that thing.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Rafael Palmeira.
I am never going to be deked again by our truck. Not going to happen.
Yeah, you thought they used reverse psychology on you.
I thought they did.
All right, here's Michael Morse, fly ball to center. Well, when we miss big. That's okay. Good job by Michael. He's seen that slider all day. Struck out last time. And Derek Lowe snaps his glove back. I know he's thinking he should be in the dugout. Time for him to bow his neck and get an out. Desmond at third, Dunn at first, 2 down.
We've talked the last 2 series about how sloppily the Braves have played.
And Morris left side. And 5-4 to end the inning. They gave the Nats 5 outs. Washington couldn't score. Some nachos on a Sunday afternoon. Got to put some chili on that. Wow, 1-0, 6th inning.
Zip. As Yuneski Maya is throwing the ball exceptionally well, Bob. Striking out Hayward early, mixing in An assortment of pitches, curveballs, changeups, fastballs, getting pop-ups, line drive outs. McLeod, line drive on a changeup, double up right there. Been able to really get through this lineup without any damage. The one-run scoring on a pop-up that got caught up in the sun, and an error by Gonzo on a tough play. Very effective in his pitch efficiency, averaging exactly 15 pitches per inning, which has always been my barometer.
One unearned run, only 4 hits, 2 walks, one of those erased on a double play. Martin Prado leads off, top 6 for Atlanta. Staying inside, one was down, one was up, ball 2. Derek Lowe, by the way, 103 pitches in 5 innings now. 64 strikes. Nats figure to be into the Atlanta bullpen here soon. That's 4 in a row. Walk number 3.
His prior 3 outings, 87, 90, 90, as far as his pitch count.
Here's the Braves box. The only run scored on the infield hit by Hayward. The ball hit by McCann. The Gonzalez threw on a hop to Adam Dunn. Braves without an RBI today and leading 1-0. And there's a strike to McCann.
Good little sinker there. Took a little off of it.
Yuneski Maya due to bat 4th in the bottom of the 6th inning, so Craig Stammen is warming for the Nets. He just now got up, still just playing catch. And a ball popped up right side. Adam Kennedy and Michael Morris.
Oh, yeah.
How did he catch that? How did he catch that? It appeared neither of them could see the ball.
I don't think he saw the ball until he started falling. Bob, he kept looking, shading, and then when he fell, I think he was able to create enough of an angle looking away from the sun, but he certainly doesn't see it there. He's looking for Morris the whole way, and
right.
I don't think he sees the ball because he's looking for Morris, and he adjusts and falls back, trying to get his glove in position. But check this out.
You know, Michael Morris is slowing down right there, and Ray, on that play, the outfielder has to keep coming full speed, and he did not. Adam Kennedy saves the day with an amazing play on his way down already.
Great athletic play there. That is a tough. First of all, to cover that much distance, get yourself in the right spot when you can't even see the ball, because he was looking for Michael Morris the whole time.
Well, and it's very obvious at this time of the year. Now at 2:49 local time, the sun is just a little bit off to the third base side. Earlier in the game, when Desmond had his problem in the 3rd inning, it was directly behind home plate. So late September bringing some interesting conditions here. And then that'll advance the runner as Maya throws the ball way outside. That'll be a wild pitch. That's his first wild pitch.
Well, I'm going to have to look at this because, gosh, it said 85 miles an hour. It had to be some type of sinker, and he had to lose grip on that baseball. He can't pull the ball off from misdirected that far.
Breaking ball outside, 2-1.
Well, here's that deal. Probably in the 6 years in the Cuban League, he learned how to pitch to right-handers, left-handers. You've got first base open. You are behind in the count. Even though it's a right-handed hitter, you still have to make pitches and not give in. big run out there on second, obviously.
Off the plate inside to Derek Lee, who's 0 for 1 with a walk.
He wanted that pitch. He wanted that pitch. He starting to slow down a little bit. You can see his demeanor changing just a tad.
And Derek Lee has always had a great batting eye. He's walked 67 times this year.
Oh,
there goes the bat, hurtling into the seats.
I have never seen anything like it. Has the pine tar become less sticky? I mean, we see a bat every game or two get thrown into the stands.
Well, the courteous fan who ended up with it, trying to give it back to the Braves, and Derek Lee's already gone for another bat.
Bob,
that gentleman ends up with it.
I'm just telling you. You know, starting in '70 when I came into the game, I cannot recall anybody throwing bats. Nobody threw bats. And what's the change? And it's not just one person. The only guy that really started in the late or early 2000 was Austin Kearns, and he always had that thumb problem, but gosh.
He also had about half of his bottom hand off the bat barrel. That ball is fair, and the Braves will take a 2-0 lead as Derek Lee drives in, his 18th as a Brave, and his 74th of the year. So the leadoff walk hurts.
Well, just too much of a good pitch. Fastball down in. Derek Lowe notoriously good at the low ball. And I just think that's a run that you can at least hold off on. McLeod not being a clutch hitter this year, struggling all year long. I'd rather have Lee on first and runner on second and a chance to get a ground ball double play. But he chose to go at him and got beat.
Oh my gosh, there goes another one. That one lands on the field of play, goes into the camera bay.
Jeez.
Gloves, pine tar, all this technology, and the bats are flying. And McLeod will jack one foul. And the count's 0-2 here in the 6th inning. Two with one out. Off-speed pitch hit right off the top of the barrel. This will not be easy, and Desmond can't get a grip on it. That ball was spinning like crazy. That's the second funny ball McLeod has hit right off of his bat today. First one off the trademark, this one right at the end.
Well, Nate can fly too. Breaking ball right off the end. Charging the ball as hard as he can, making the play the way he's supposed to make it, circling it, and I don't think he had a chance anyway, Bob.
And David Vincent makes the right call, base hit. 2 on, 1 out. Alberto Gonzalez, the hitter. Pardon me, Alex Gonzalez. He's walked and popped up.
Double play still in order as Derek Lee was not able to advance.
Uh-oh. That's not coming back. And the Braves lead 5-0 as Alex Gonzalez hits his 23rd homer of the year, his 6th as an Atlanta Brave.
Went to the curveball, middle of the plate. Going downward, not really a hanger, but moving down to the inside part of the plate where hitters can get the bat to it pretty easily. Just drop the head right down on it.
Nothing cheap about the Atlanta hits, at least 2 of them in this inning. Maya gone, 5-0. Inning. Now Yuneski Maya's been knocked out. 92 pitches, 62 strikes. 5 1/3. He gives up 5 runs, 4 earned, 7 hits. 3 walks, one of them hurt in this inning. Struck out just 1 batter today. And he is about to go 0-3 if the Nats don't have Craig Stammen keep it like it is and then really get the bats going. As mentioned, the Nationals will be into the Atlanta bullpen at some point in the not-too-distant future, as Derek Lowe in 5 innings is already over 100 pitches. And they've been warming up a right-hander this entire inning.
Well, he's probably coming in the game then. If he's... Is it the same guy, Bob?
Peter Moylan has been up throwing this entire inning.
Then I've got to believe that Derek's day is done.
Here's Melky Cabrera. Well, with Hinsky on deck to hit, that would bring Peter Moylan into the game. How to play off the bat of Melky Cabrera. Base hit last time. He's 1 for 2. And Stammen goes upstairs missing. That ball ripped. Left center. Niger is there to grab it. So Hinske will bat for Derek Lowe, who will shut out the Nats for 5 innings here at Nationals Park. Game 2 of the weekend series. Nats won 8-3 last night. The Braves are up by 5 today. Mass in HD. It's ball game number 155. Hinske 12 for 41 with a couple of pinch home runs and 9 RBIs. He had a pinch hit last night. It's like home plate umpire Mike Everett got something in his eye and came out from behind home plate. Derek Lowe walks 1, strikes out 4 in 5 shutout innings. And he's now mastered the Nats for 14 consecutive frames. Well, the bullpen can't be any better than he was. One ball, one strike. Braves are trying to win this afternoon and tie San Diego in the wild card race prior to the Padres game at 4:10 this afternoon at home against Cincinnati. John Garland pitching for them. And Stammen gets a ground ball to Adam Dunn. He gets behind it to the bag, and the Braves are gone top of the 6th, but they put a 4 spot on the board. Derek Lowe outstanding on a hot day on the banks of the Anacostia. The Nats down by 5. Kennedy Ramos Gonzalez coming. Just 3 outs ago. Yuneski Maya now out of the game. Alex Gonzalez, the big blow, a 3-run homer for the Braves, his 23rd of the year, 6th as a Brave. And then the brilliance of Derek Lowe continues as he masters the Nats again.
Nice, easy outing for Derek Lowe as he was able to strike out Bernardini using the same arsenal that he used in Atlanta. Backdoor breaking ball, inside breaking ball, and then hard breaking ball to Morris. Only 4 strikeouts, but just 5 hits. He scattered, 1 walk. Very effective. A lot more pitches. The team a little bit more patient starting off with Niger, but not anything that they were able to capitalize on to produce a run.
Peter Moylan, always one of the busiest Braves out of that bullpen. 81st appearance. He has to appear in the league leaders with that, doesn't he? He's second in the league to Pedro Feliciano of the Mets, who has taken the mound 86 times this year. Randy Choate of the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, or rather Tampa Bay Rays as they're known now, 80 games. So Moylan, one of the 3 busiest relievers in all of baseball. Adam Kennedy's pulled the ball on the ground twice, 0 for 2. 5th inning was the only inning when the Nats didn't have a hit, and the Braves made 2 errors. Quickly 3-0. Kennedy taking all the way. It'll be important to get some offense going pretty soon. The shadow has crept onto the Nats logo behind home plate. And it'll soon be in the batter's box. Kennedy walks, 6th inning underway. Nationals box score. Nyjer Morgan doubled to lead off the game for the Nats, never left second base. Bernardina base hit in the 3rd. And then the other hits from the bottom of the order. Wilson Ramos with a drive up the middle in the 4th. Alberto Gonzalez with a chopper and a ground ball. So in about the next inning or so, the shadow from our press box up here will be into the batter's box, presenting a real challenge for the hitters. Ramos 1 for 2. No running game, down 5 runs. And he pulls it. Double play ball with the catcher running. They have plenty of time to turn the 5-4-3, despite Kennedy going after Infante.
Well, with that submarine-type delivery, he's going to get a lot of ground balls. Ramos hits the top of that ball, just routine, the old tailor-made type. He's got to make good throws and catch it.
Braves are 2nd in the league in double plays this year to Colorado's defense. That was number 161 by Atlanta. Here's Alberto Gonzalez, who's had a good day, 2 for 2. The power of Mensch, if Alberto can continue this 6th inning.
The Braves were raving about their bullpen in July, early August, and Medlin got hurt. Sato got hurt. That's what we have on our bench to battle these men through the next.
Ryan Zimmerman not listed because we understand he is not available. And Gonzalez hangs tough with a foul ball off to the right side.
But they have left-handers Dunn, O'Flaherty, and Wagner, who all are having special seasons. Moreland, Farnsworth, and Proctor. So their right side is a little weak.
I tell you, between Derek Lowe and Peter Moylan, some right-handers have been reaching today.
Well, since you mentioned that point that Derek Lowe had not thrown a hanger, I don't think he threw a bad slider all day.
I don't think he's going a game and a half without doing it.
He's thrown about 120 of them, hasn't made a bad pitch yet with it.
I mean, he's got to hang out 1 or 2 on the other half.
You would think he would.
14-inning scoreless streak by Derek Lowe against the Nats.
I don't know if people realize how good Derek Lowe has been since 2002. Third in wins in the National League over that period of time.
Well, sometimes, he doesn't have those seasons where he's 15-5 or whatever. I mean, he'll lose double-digit wins here and there, but he always is somewhere 14, 15 wins.
He certainly has over the last 9 years, at least 12 wins. Won 21 back in 2002 with the Red Sox. In line to win his 15th today, won 15 last year. And here's another bat.
The Nats have been out-tossed by the Braves 2-1, but outscored 5-0 as this game goes to the 7th inning. Get some pine tar over here. Ice cream on a hot day in September.
2 batting helmets.
A batting cage full of ice cream. 5-0. And in the box for the Braves is Omar Infante. 7th inning underway. Infante 0 for 3 today, followed by Jason Hayward and Martin Prado. Top of the order hasn't done much damage, but 5, 6, and 7 have done quite a bit for Atlanta today. They've out hit the Nats 7-5 and lead 5-0. Another inning of work for Craig Stammen because the lineup did not get down to his spot, and that sinking fastball slammed off Infante's leg.
Off of his back foot. That is unusual. That means he caught that ball way behind the plate.
Target in. And Ramos on the appeal. Adrian Johnson says no. Ball 2. Left-hander Doug Slayton. The Nats will bat for Stammen, bottom of the 7th. Craig jams it. Hard hit, and Gonzalez with a backhand. Made it look ridiculously easy. That kid can play some defense anywhere on the infield and a good arm to finish.
I think easy is exactly right. That ball is smoked, not an easy play. Scooting off that grass, As hard as the ball can be hit, and just goes down there, gets at eye level, catches it, and he's another one of those guys that his accurate arm. Might as well just go ahead and make a right-hand turn.
Here's Hayward. 1 for 3 today with that little blooper on the infield that fell in front of Desmond, blinded by the sun.
True, buddy.
Very late on that one. Did he go? Nats won't even appeal. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Top 7, 1 out, bases empty. 5-0 Braves, fighting to tie San Diego for the moment at the top of the wild card race. And Stammen strikes out Hayward.
That slider underneath a left-hander's hands, working down to the back knee or the back foot, is devastating. UPS store slider down and in, no chance. They just lose sight of that ball in there. Really tight rotation. Look at that. You as a hitter, only thing you will see is a little zero, a little dot in that ball. It's a true slider.
By the way, the pitch track packaged by the UPS store. We do a lot more than shipping, like offering moving boxes and supplies. Jason Hayward, by the way, 1 for 8 in this series. And Martin Prado 0 for 2 with a walk today, stepping in, 1 ball, 1 strike. That ball out to center. It'll get on the ground in front of Niger Morgan. And Martin Prado has his 181st hit. Came into this ball game 3rd on the year behind Carlos Gonzalez and Ryan Braun. Here's Brian McCann. And a first pitch pop up right field. Michael Morse using his glove for shade, making a last-second adjustment. 7th inning stretch time. Today's game brought to you in part by the all-new 2011 Hyundai Sonata. Visit your Washington area Hyundai dealers today. Braves have stranded 5, but they lead by 5. Bottom of the 7th after the stretch. not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals. Brian McCann's put in a long day's work, so they bring in David Ross on a double switch. Pitcher batting fourth for the Braves. That'll be left-hander Johnny Venters, who can really throw hard. And he'll work with David Ross against Justin Maxwell, who hits for Craig Stammen. And that 54 hits in 79 innings with 85 strikeouts.
Their left-handers are very good. Dunn has been exceptional in the long roll. O'Flaherty, matchups. This kid for an inning or more. All of them have strikeout type stuff, and you know Wagner, goodness.
Justin Maxwell as a pinch hitter this year, 2 for 13. Heartbreaking ball low, 2-2.
Getting back to Yuneski Maya just for a minute, Bob. I was just looking back over all the games, just kind of feeling what you and I talked about, how he gives up runs in a hurry. He's gone 18 2/3 inning and not given up anything. But then in just 4 innings of games, he has given up 13 runs. 3 in the first inning in his first start, and then shut everybody down for the next 4. In his next start, he went 5 innings, gave up nothing until the 4th, and gave up 4 runs then. Today, 4 runs in the 5th, after giving up the 1 run that was a scratch run. And then the first 3 innings of the game in Philadelphia, nothing. And then they got 2 and 1. So he has either been just exceptional, and then he just almost implodes in 1 inning.
Second consecutive Atlanta pitcher out of the bullpen to give up a leadoff walk. Niger Morgan now, and now we're told it was not a double switch, straight up. Pitcher for pitcher, catcher for catcher. So David Ross is batting 4th, not 9th.
Yeah, Bobby doesn't double switch very often. He likes to use his pinch hitters to match up. And he's not one of those guys that does a lot of defensive type changes, and certainly early in the game before the 9th inning. He will make a double switch in the 9th inning if he wants to save pitchers, but again, that staff over there is one of those staffs that usually goes 1 inning at a time, so you have no need to double switch to protect that spot in the order.
He probably stabilizes his lineup more than any manager in the league other than Charlie Manuel, who has to, when the Phillies are healthy, do very little changing of his starting 8 day to day. They'll get Jimmy Rollins back either later this weekend or first of next week and have him ready for the playoffs.
The Angels are that way. Phillies are that way. The New York Yankees are that way. Atlanta. The Reds. But none more than Bobby Cox over the last 20 years. I mean, he is just, he plugs chipper. And you know another thing about Bobby Cox? He's one of those guys that does not do like, say, LaRusse will do sometimes. When he changes one spot, he ends up changing 4. He just plugs the guy right in. If Chipper Jones is scratched, he will put the guy right in the 3-hole. You know, if you end up scratching Derek Lee, whoever he brings in Hinsky, he puts him right in the 5-hole. That's how consistent he is and how stable he is with his lineups.
2-2 to Niger Morgan. And a breaking ball strikes him out. Niger 1 for 4 today. Roger Bernardina coming up Monday. It'll be the last series of the season here. The Nats and the Phillies, first 20,000 fans in the ballpark will receive the team poster and early bird schedule for next year. Make sure to visit nationals.com/tickets. You can call 888-632-NATS for your ticket to Monday night's game. Phillies are here for 3. They're all night games, and that's it for the home schedule. Day off Thursday. 3 in the Big Apple next weekend. If the Nats could win today or tomorrow, and obviously we hope it's more than that, but if they do win this series, they'd only have to win 3 more to make it to 70. But 3 against the Phillies, 3 against the Mets. But a good homestand has put them in that position. And this kid's got a good fastball. 92 with movement. And Bernardina's now in the hole, 1-2. Roger 1 for 3 today.
He can get up there to 95, 96 when he lets that thing go at the top of the strike zone.
Up the middle. Diving. Outstanding. Infante to Gonzalez. A glove to a bare hand. And a dandy 4-6 fielder's choice for the Braves.
Well, Infante has become one of the best players in the league. There's no question about it. As he ranges far to his right, they practice that all the time, that glove flip. And actually pretty accurate, but great response.
And the Bernardina's not running, Ray. If it's a right-handed hitter, not
right,
that fast,
yeah.
they might have turned 2 there. Here's Desmond.
Pretty good concentration by the shortstop there, keeping his eye on that ball as...
Yeah, with a runner bearing down
on him. An actual bearing down on him.
A lot of swings and misses when you see this guy and Billy Wagner pitching.
Yeah, they're talking about this man being their closer if Wagner does in fact retire or is not re-signed or offered arbitration.
Two and 1. He ends 0 for 3 today. Strikeout. Fly ball. He reached on that error by Derek Lee. That's a guy who can throw mid-90s, really pulling the string on a right-handed hitter.
Pretty hard breaking ball, 86, but the differential of that 10 miles an hour is huge. And I just looked up at the board the last pitch, it was 96. '96 again. Get one in your wheelhouse right here, Desi, and put the Nationals on the board.
With the runner going, he'll take the walk, and that'll bring in Adam Dunn. Though not an easy matchup for Adam. Venters walks his second batter of the inning. Get ready for one blockbuster hit after another. Hollywood Casino. Charlestown races West Virginia with our league leaders. Look at this. Most consecutive all-time 100 RBI seasons. Albert Pujols, obviously the most contemporary guy on that list. Adam Dunn, 6 of his last 7. And of course, Pujols isn't done yet.
Right back in the ballgame here, Bob, with a blast.
Yes, sir.
Not a lot happening with the Nationals bats today. 5 hits scattered.
And none since the 4th.
And only 1 extra base hit. First hit of the game. Niger down the left field line.
Fastball in there to Adam. 1 ball, 1 strike. They are getting a right-hander ready if Morse does bat in this inning. That is nasty. Tailing right under Adams' hands, but still getting a strike call with it.
97 action with movement. Check this thing. It's 97 miles an hour and it moves back toward him. Are you serious?
And Dunn's gone. Nationals have stranded 10 runners today, despite having only 5 hits and being shut out. Game Day Audio. Go to Nationals.com and find out how your smartphone can be brilliant when it comes to keeping track of the Nats. Justin Maxwell stays in the ballgame now. He'll play left field. And then on the double switch, Roger Bernardina gone. The pitcher spot is the number 2 hole for the Nats now. That'll be right-hander Joe Basenius. When he throws strikes, we've been impressed with him. 1 unearned run in 3 innings of work, 2 runs total, 2 walks. Haven't seen him strike out a batter yet, but he throws awfully hard. And now the shadows from the grandstand making their way into the batter's box as the top of the 8th inning arrives.
When he gets his slider over, he's going to strike hitters out. He hasn't been able to get his slider over at all. It's very sharp, but he's bounced it when he's gotten ahead of the count. Actually, more out in front of the plate as opposed to down on top of the plate. He's been throwing about 95.
Derek Lee, big hit for the Braves last time. The double down the left field line to drive in the game's 2nd run. 2 hitters later, Alex Gonzalez hit the 3-run homer. Bobby Cox trying to win his 2,500th career game. And the Braves this year, they're 87th. Four-pitch walk. Nationals have walked 4 batters today, struck out just 2. Freddie Freeman to pinch run for Derek Lee. That's 5 in a row missing. Nate McLeod, the hitter, 2 for 3 with a pair of infield hits. Livan Hernandez tomorrow. First pitch at 1:35. And a reminder, if you're coming to the park tomorrow, there will be a Bobby Cox ceremony at 1:15. The Nationals will honor Bobby in his last Nationals Park appearance. He's been doing the farewell tour here all season long.
I first met Bobby in 1973. He was managing West Haven, Connecticut for the New York Yankees, just 32 years old. I was playing up in the Eastern League with Three Rivers, Canada. We ended up playing them in the playoffs, and they beat us 3 straight with Scotty McGregor, Charlie Spikes, Otto Velez. I think that's the 3 men that made it to the big leagues off of that club. Doc Medich.
Oh, yeah. 2-1. Only 1 strike out of his first 7 pitches. And Adam Dunn whips that glove around, but Freeman back in.
H.H. Gregg on the Exmo for the tag right here. He's there. Close, though. I like the way this kid, you mentioned it last night, Bob, how we seldom mention or don't ever mention him behind the plate until he throws a rocket like that. Very quick feet, very accurate arm, strong arm. Done a heck of a job handling pitchers back there with he and Pudge splitting the time.
Not many candidates for the Ford drive of the game alongside this one. Alex Gonzalez, 2 men aboard, 6th inning.
And he ended up just picking out a pitch, sitting on the breaking ball. Uneski very effective with his breaking ball all day long. That was not really a hanger, but it stayed on the inside part of the plate. It almost looked like Gonzalez was guessing hook on that pitch.
First pitch fastball in there to Gonzalez. Ballister on the right, left-hander Doug Slayton. The Nats are down by 5.
That's 95. You know, the kid that has this status here, which is not very much time in the big leagues, going to be 26, 27 years old. Although it's a 5-0 game, he feels like he's pitching for his life. He goes out there every time he toes that rubber. It is life or death. There's a great curveball.
Gets his first strikeout as a Nat. First out here in the 8th inning. And left-handed, Melky Cabrera coming up.
Well, you look at this hook. Now, that's about as sharp and quick, and that's the first one that I have seen him throw that's somewhere near the plate. Ball would have been low, but you started up there, again, above those thighs. Hitters see it, and shoot, they can't lay off of it. He's gassing now, 90, 94, 95, 96. You can see why the Nationals were interested in him and picked him up from the Phillies. You got to throw strikes.
You can overpower guys. There's a pop-up third base side. Gonzalez, just no room to get over there. Nicely done from the side door. 1-2.
Hitters just cannot react to that pitch. If they're not thinking away and trying to hit the ball to left field, they're going to take that backdoor breaking ball. Look at that.
That's on the corner. Changed up on him. Struck him out looking. 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. And Vicenius will face a pinch hitter, Brooks Conrad.
Another curveball, Bob. You see the downward motion right there, and just not anything that you can do about it. 2 pitches in a row. Usually, after the first one, you will react and try to foul it off.
Nationals bullpen so far unscored upon today. 1.5 ERA since 22 days ago. Look at that, 72 innings.
That's quite a run. Almost 3-to-1 strikeouts to walk ratio.
Brooks Conrad, a switch hitting infielder. 13 hits, has a pinch hitter this year, 3 of them home runs and 12 RBIs.
Good fastball hitter. Has a little bit of problem with the breaking ball. Likes the ball middle down. How about 97, Bob?
I don't want any part of it. Some great arms.
Look at that hard curveball.
1-2 to Conrad. 2 on, 2 out.
He missed with it. He had no chance if that's a strike.
It's a no-contact inning with 2 walks and 3 strikeouts. Braves have left 7 on the day. We're going bottom 8. So after 2 walks, gets the sign, takes care of Alex Gonzalez. Melky Cabrera looking. Brooks Conrad, gone. Bautista is having an amazing season. First ever Blue Jay with 50, and the 26th player ever to reach 50. Ichiro, well, you have to play 10 years to be eligible for the Hall of Fame. I'd say he's in. And Aroldis Chapman. Has anybody ever thrown harder than 105?
Not that I know of. I keep hearing 103. Nolan was at 103 something.
I know the mythical Sid Finch, who the Mets made up that one year, threw, what, 115 or something?
Yeah.
But that is bringing it, to say the least. Here's another guy who throws hard, Craig Kimbrell of the Braves. That was only 97 low. Morse, Kennedy, and Ramos for the Nats. They've gone hitless now the last 3 innings. Though during that time, the Braves have walked 3 and made 2 errors. So a quiet day for the roaring offense over the last 4 games of the Nats. Shut down by Derek Lowe again. 3-0.
The Braves seem to always come up with someone when they lose, like Sato. And Kimbrell has an 0.56 earned run average in 16 innings pitched. No home runs, 125 batting average against. And you want to know how many walks? Well, he's walked 12 in 16 innings, so he's wild. He's also struck out 31 in 16 innings, almost 2 per inning.
3rd straight Braves reliever to walk the leadoff man. The Nats have to make them pay for this at some point. Although right now the ball is out of the sun and into the shadows here in the bottom of the 8th.
Well, this is where you got to take pitches.
Can't swing at the first one after that, can you?
No. Now you go to work.
That's close enough to be an 8th inning strike. Ripped by Kennedy, and good base running by Morse to stay home.
It shows you how that 96 miles an hour ball frightens people. He hit a rocket. If it's down the middle, they're going to hit it. Now, this is real speed. It's going to be the fastball. I don't know how he sees that thing coming out of that bright sun and into the shadow, but he did square it, hit it as hard as you can hit it. Right at Infante.
Here's Ramos, 1 for 3. Hit into the 5-4-3 double play ball last time.
Ataca, vamos a ver. 97. Ciclón, le va a pegar de recta. Va a pegar correcta.
Crowd of 23,824. And a lot of them enjoying the shade right now. '86 at game time today. Just a little bit of a cooling trend from the last few days. And another day game tomorrow. Livan Hernandez and Brandon Beachy, the Atlanta rookie, making his 2nd big league start. Ramos hits it well the other way, but it's slicing. He gets jammed. Sounded like he broke his bat. And over to make a fine play, Freddie Freeman, who came in to replace Derek Lee. After running for him, 2 outs.
Freeman back to the plate, just keeps on running until he sees the ball. The way that I always learned that, my dad taught me, you keep running until you see the ball, feel like the ball is going to hit the bill of your cap. But so often you just don't quite get to it. You run along with it.
Alberto Gonzalez, and he'll watch a wild pitch skip and send Michael Morse down to second base. Alberto's had a good day again, 2 for 3 with the bat. Solid defense as always. Well, first things first, need a 2-out hit to get on the board. Get it down to the pitcher's spot where Willie Harris is on deck. 4 outs with which to work. And a 1-2 from Kimbrel. Breaking ball in the dirt. The Nationals are gone. And this one's into the 9th inning. Braves pitching outstanding today. 5-0 Atlanta. The Nats haven't been able to get big hits when needed. They have stranded 11 runners. Here's our Nats extra menu with Byron and Phil coming up after the game. A closer look at Yuneski Maya's outing when today was just the opposite. Good start, not a great finish. Niger back in the lineup, 1 for 4. Jim Riggleman and the Nats. You'll hear from them. Verizon Fios brings you Nats extra after the game. Colin Ballister will get his 14th appearance of the year. 16 innings. Wow. 23 strikeouts. And opponents hitting only .214 against him. In those 16 innings, only 12 hits.
I've been as proud of Colin as any pitcher on our staff. He came back after struggling last year as a starter. They moved him to the bullpen. And he's just has a whole different demeanor out there on the mound. To me, Bobby, just seems to be very confident, throwing a lot of strikes. Curveball. been exceptional.
And a 2-0 pitch misses. Ball 3-2. Omar Infante 0 for 4. 2 for 8 in the series with a homer, a base hit last night. Upstairs. A lot of 4-pitch walks by some relievers today. This is interesting. The last 5 relievers to come into this game for both teams, leadoff walks. Levon and Brandon Beachy tomorrow. Our next 5. Then the Phillies come in for 3. A day off Thursday, and then the final series of the year commencing in New York next Friday night. So you're looking at the rest of the home schedule right there for 2010. Hayward takes a strike.
These guys come in a little fired up, adrenaline popping. Takes them just a little while to get that temperature down a little bit.
Ballister looking for his 10th consecutive scoreless appearance. That one way out in front of home plate, and Wilson Ramos blocks it in routine fashion.
That was a great block. That was a hard breaking ball with tremendous torque, a lot of kickback. Shows those quick feet and squared up and kept it right in front of him. See how quick he moves these feet. Just sliding them right over there, getting the ball right square in his chest protector.
And a breaking ball down. Well, the Nats have pitched Hayward well. He is 1 for 9 in this series. That's the first out here in the 9th, and Martin Prado will be next.
Well, the thing in common with these guys striking people out, they make them sit on their fastball or get them thinking about the fastball and then throw them to hook, and they have no chance. Hook's a little off speed with a lot of break on it, and that's why the fastball sets up everything. There it is again. Just pounding that thing.
There's no right-handed hitters who want any part of that.
No, and then if he throws it again and again, and then when he does get to the hook and it's anything near the strike zone around the kneecap and goes down, you're not going to hit it. I'm seeing a lot of good stuff, Bob, from this bullpen. I mean, Vicinius, Stammen's getting better every time out there. Ballister.
Yeah, and you're not even talking about the frontline guys.
No, I mean, just good young arms that are learning how to pitch up here.
And now with the sun out again, it's really hard to see the ball when a guy's throwing that hard. I mean, hitters just have no shot. A lot of walks, but a lot of strikeouts. And David Ross will bat for the first time. It is 4 o'clock in Washington, D.C., Nationals Park. It's all Braves today. It was all Nats last night. So unless something amazing happens in the bottom of the 9th, we're heading for a rubber game tomorrow. The Braves trying to win their 87th game of the year and tie San Diego in the wild card race, at least until the Padres play the Reds. And that game gets underway in San Diego in 10 minutes. Veteran catcher David Ross hitting .274. He's always been a pretty good hitter. He's only had 117 at-bats, 57 games, 27 RBIs, a couple of home runs. He pulls one to left. And hooking well foul and well short of the pole.
All he did right there, he just started his bat as early as he could and just swung at it. And Carmen Kilbrew said the other night, hits it right off the end. When he walked out of here, he says, Ray, swing hard in case the ball is where you swing. Bob Bailey.
That's okay if you're seeing it pretty good.
Yeah, I don't believe they're seeing it real well right now. Bob Bailey, the great pinch hitter, the first bonus baby ever signed with Pittsburgh Pirates for over $100,000, used to say, swing hard in case you hit it.
I've heard a lot of pitchers say that over the years. But some pitchers get themselves hurt when they swing too hard. 2-2 to Ross with a runner aboard. That's front door, and it stays inside. Nationals will have their number 9 spot due up first in the ninth.
Well, he's trying to throw it outside. You see the glove, but leaves it inside. But it wasn't a hanger. It had that good break.
Infante will be running on the pitch. And that's another walk.
Yeah, but that's a good pitch, man. I'm not saying it was a strike, but he is not missing by much.
And Freddie Freeman, who came in to run for Derek Lee last time and then play first base, will get his first at bat here. 2 hits, 16 at bats with a homer.
Looks like Colin and Steve McCaddy have worked out that high up and in pitch that he hit Weeks with. And who did he hit the next time? It's somebody else in the Coconut.
Yeah, Mark Reynolds in Arizona.
Mark Reynolds. But he was pulling off the ball with his left shoulder, just leaving it and laying it off. And the ball just going up and in on those right-handed hitters. He hasn't thrown any balls like that. Finishing very well.
Freeman, by the way, was the International League leader in hits when he got called up by the Braves. Hit 319 there. He was the Rookie of the Year at AAA. Former second rounder 3 years ago out of Fountain Valley, California.
I wouldn't count Colin Ballister out of possibly getting back into the picture as a starter.
I don't either if he can throw anywhere near this.
You know, he's throwing the ball just about the way that Zimmerman is throwing the ball. Look at
That's
that.
nasty.
That is flipping nasty.
Walks 2, strikes out the side. Justin Maxwell leads off in the ninth for the Nats. Then the top of the order.
get him a little work last night.
Maxwell as a pinch hitter. Back in the 7th, walked. And he hits one well to left field. It is up against the wall. Cabrera got a piece of it. And Justin Maxwell narrowly missing a home run. It's a double. And the loudest Washington hit of the entire day.
Nice to see this happen for Justin. Fastball in, 95. He had no trouble dropping the hit on that. Look how quickly he got the bat through the area there with his hands just exploding right at the ball. Nice attempt by Melky out there, but the ball just hit too hard, too deep.
Here's Niger Morgan. Whoa. Up and in. Helmet flies off. And again, Ray, where that shadow starts, you have no reaction time whatsoever to this.
That is so dangerous right there, buddy. That would... See, that ball would have hit him right in the face. As you said, he did not see that ball until it got right there on him. Save for his unreal quickness. Whoa. My heart's beating fast now. That's scary.
Nothing but fastballs. I thought he might follow that up with a breaking ball away. And Niger's in the hole, 1-2. To center. And that ball caught easily by McLeod for the first out. Kevin Mensch will bat for Colin Ballister. Passed Raleigh Fingers last night. I don't think you'll catch Lee Smith this year. If he retires, that'll be it. And if Billy Wagner sticks around for a while, he's got a chance to break into that top 3. Right-hander Kevin Mensch. First pitch breaking ball taken. Mensch as a pinch hitter for the Nats, 3 for 19 with an RBI. Right side, a one-hopper, easy for Infante. And the Braves are 1 out away from being even with San Diego in the wild card race.
John Franco is the all-time saves leader for left-handers with 424. With the 35 that Wagner has this year, that puts him at just 4 behind him, 420, becoming the all-time left-handed save leader. I would have to come back just for that. He's goal-oriented.
Talk about two guys who threw the ball differently, John Franco and Billy Wagner.
Yeah, it was amazing, John Franco, with all that soft stuff, little changeup, screwball, fastball about 86, 87. But he would pitch inside with that 85, 86 mile-an-hour fastball.
Desmond takes one up and away, 2-1. That's not going to be reachable.
A little tardy, too. This is almost not fair. You see all these strikeouts happening. Very bright against the center field wall in the batter's eye.
A lot of Atlanta fans cheering right now. And the game is over on a breaking ball in the dirt. And the Atlanta Braves win it 5-0, shutting out the Nats behind Derek Lowe. And congratulations to Bobby Cox winning his 2,500th career game. Derek Lowe gives it to him and the bullpen with great pitching. The Braves are even in the series, and there will be a